Okay, Toby, I see a lot of good things in watching. I watched your whole round here, and I've got one suggestion for you with how you are moving your body, kind of the sequencing of your kinetic chain. And I've actually been using this new clip here with Corey Seager with a lot of the guys, and it works out real well to illustrate something with you. So first of all, I liked your negative movement, how you rocked into hip load. Got going forward pretty good. I thought that you could get going forward maybe a little bit more with your back hip, but it's not a bad negative movement. You can see your back hip getting going forward. But what I want to talk about is from about here on out. So as we go through and kind of watch as your foot is coming down, a couple of things. First, as our foot starts to come down, as you watch your hands in the barrel of the bat, you can see that you're starting forward a lot before you get your heel into the ground. So you're just starting a little bit with your top half first. Just a little bit. You can see how you're starting to move your top half as your foot is coming into the ground. It gets a little bit ahead of your lower half. And with those hand movements as your foot's coming down, if we stop here, we can see that you're really not getting a lot of back elbow independent movement from your hands. So if I were to kind of zoom in on that shot there, if we watch Corey Seager, and I'm going to go a little bit out of order, he fires his chain real good. If we see how he drives as he gets his heel into the ground, now we can see how his elbow, how his elbow has really worked independent of his hands because of how he fires his lower half first. Again, watching what he gets with his top half there. And you can see how yours kind of come together a little bit. Now, what causes that? Okay, well, let's back everything up here. Zoom out a little bit. So again, as you're coming into the ground, I think you're starting a little bit with your top half first. And as you're getting into the ground, you can see how this is going to start to open up and some weight starts to transfer before we're really getting our heel into the ground. Now you can compare that to you watch Corey Seager and how he's going to just drive his weight toe heel. So it's as that heel gets into the ground that he starts that back hip thrust and drive. If you look at about there, and I dotted up the edge of your foot, you can see how your foot's coming a little bit backwards into the ground. So in effect, you're getting out there and it's just kind of falling and flopping just a little bit. And we've used up some of our potential energy. Whereas you can see Seager is one fluid driving motion into the ground. So I would suggest as we work on things in the summertime, just feeling, hey, nothing's going to come forward until I get that toe, heel into the ground. Toe, then heel into the ground. Again, watching the way Seager, toe, heel, drive. Toe, heel, drive. Toe, heel, drive. And again, you can see how your foot from here starts to just come back a little bit and we just flop a little bit with our weight rather than getting that driving action.